The Temple of the Sun, or really the remains of the Temple of the Sun, are really unusual and truly do stand out in terms of world architecture, but let's dig into why. When we look at the Temple of the Sun, which is actually the curved wall that you see in front of you, so this is the Temple of the Sun, or the remains of it here, not the rest of this. This is a Spanish church that is built on the site later. But the Temple of the Sun is built through Ashlar Masonry, again done through abrasion alone, just like we see throughout Cuzco and throughout the Incan Empire. Interestingly, here, the Incans are actually skilled enough to create a regular curved surface, something that we never see amongst the Western stoneworkers, such as the Greeks, who will square everything. And it does make it rather unusual. After all, this takes a great deal of skill, because not only do you have to create that curved surface, but you have to create a curved surface that's going to be regular as it comes around these various curves, something that is far more difficult than simply squaring off. Interestingly, they were using Ashlar Masonry for a very specific purpose. So, because these stones are not attached to one another, in the event of an earthquake, each of the stones would actually move independently, and each stone moves a little bit. Remember that church on top of the Temple of the Sun? That church has fallen down 3 or 4 times throughout history because these stones are mortared together, so the whole thing moves a great deal in an earthquake. Whereas with Ashlar Masonry, each stone moves independent of one another only a little bit, maybe a matter of a few inches. And yes, over time it will shake itself apart, but not over the span of a single earthquake. As you can see, these stones are not that far out of place from where they would have been when originally constructed. The interior of the Temple of the Sun is rumored to have been covered in gold and silver that would have been looted probably by the Spanish. It also would have housed mummies of early rulers, possibly even daddies or uncles as well. And mummification, of course, is very common in the Incan world.